Oh, yeah. Oh, baby.
Finn, what are you doing?
Yeah, that's nice.
Oh, it's that whole email thing about him making out with his microphone. It's kind of affected him. He's being, well, let's call it more affectionate than usual.
Bitch, I will stab your eyes out.
Calm down, Ven. No one's taking your microphone away.
Pedro, that's just him sweet-talking his microphone still.
Coming up on this LinuxGamecast Weekly, Humble releases a Double Fine bundle, Return to Castle Wolfenstein gets a massive update, and Valve Half-Life's All the Things. Then we throw the chairs at a Brütal Legend. All this, plus your hate mail. Let's go. And welcome back to another LinuxGamecast Weekly. Basically, we're the only show that covers the latest Linux gaming news, how-tos, and reviews. But coming up on this episode, yeah, you've been waiting for it, and it's here. Steam basically just splooged all over our face, and we're happy about it. We got the orange box. Just for comparison, we're going to be talking about some new Linux ports that are coming out. Some things, maybe some pro tips about don't use calculators on Linux. Pedro's going to explain that. And speaking of Pedro, I'm always joined every week by these two fine young gentlemen, and that's Master Mateus and Master Sfang. But we do
Kill all humans.
Die, bastard. Let's just go ahead and get this over with. Let's play catch up because we've missed each other since last week. What's going on, Pedro?
I finally landed another job interview. It's coming up next Wednesday. And other than that, on lighter news, Stainless Steel Games actually came through and sent me an email when they released their Android version of Carmageddon. You know, the first game from 1995, 6. It was free on Android yesterday. You have to pay for it now, but yeah. Other than that, well, it's been basically that because my phone's battery's been going down the pooper, literally, because I sit there and I play. I'm done with my business, but I'm still playing. God damn it, Stainless.
You can only watch YouPorn for so long. Flash is a drain on the battery. What about you, Master Mateus?
I'm Master Mateus now.
Fuck you.
Why me? I've put on weight and grown some hair. And changed locations entirely. Completely different.
Oh,
what is this sorcery?
You have new things, Master Sfang. No. You have new things behind you, though, sir.
I do. I have
like a chair,
closet,
yeah.
But the room is a bit more acoustically nice now that there are heavy things. There's a chair that you can't see because the
easy joke
lower
is
third's
easy.
in the way.
All right, go ahead.
But yeah, no, the apartment's coming together kind of nicely. We just set up our router with DDWRT, so we have all the networking all nice and set up, which is nice. That's about it.
Sweet. Nothing really new to report over here. Still playing around with that massive switching box. Not much progress on that, but hopefully with some time we'll get that down. Did knock out a, what do you call that? Oh, a proper game capture of Half-Life 2. But we'll be getting into that in the show. Running on Linux, which was fantastic. But what do we got to tend to here, Master Sfang?
Oh, well, we got our horror selves out for the masses. So you can check us out at linuxgamecast.com/podcast, where we have our wonderful little subscription links for our SD video, HD video, and SD audio. We got our Amazon affiliate links that let us take little microtransactions out of your Amazon purchases. And then if you want to just toss us wet, stinky cash, we have these wonderful 3 buttons: a one-time donation of any amount, a monthly recurring donation of about $3.50, and a monthly recurring donation of about $10. And you get, for $3.50 a month, you get a shameless plug on the boards, $10. That'll let you put some stuff on Pedro's face. And it'll also give you access to our show notes, our little pre-show little note nonsense that will be a preview for the upcoming show. You get to see it before we hammer out all the kinks and before new kinks get introduced. But you know what? If you don't have any money, that's fine. We still appreciate you fan type people. So just scream about us on Twitter, Google Plus, or Facebooks, or whatever, and we'll appreciate it.
Oh, I almost forgot. Shot Realm, the fourth leg of our really weird fourth-legged being bipedal thing.
Yes. It's kind of like our little Legion, the demon.
They're horrible. Some of the best Linux trolls that you're ever going to meet. Period.
Yeah, but yeah, we got a few more things we got to pimp out. Real quick, like we got our YouTube page, youtube.com/LinuxGamecast. We got our favorite butt ugly subreddit, Linux_gaming. We love her for her brains, not for her looks.
Yep.
That's what Dad always said.
That's what Dad always says. And finally, if you want to hear us ramble on about pointless nerd crap, we got GameAwho.com, our latest little spin-off podcast thing. But now it's time to break out that NBC The More You Know rainbow. And segue to a little public service announcement.
A little bit of PSA. We like to kick the show off after we get all that business done with. But seriously, man, public service announcement. And this week, well, it comes down to this. And by this, I mean this.
And by this, I mean this.
Giggity. HD 4650 doable giggity for Linux gaming. Being the only AMD user on our horrible panel of just horribleness, go for it.
Okay, now to be fair, I do have a Mobility HD 5650 HD on my my laptop, and that one is actually pretty good for Linux gaming, as I've come to realize it's very doable for Linux gaming. Neverwinter is still an open beta, and it can run the game on medium definitions with a constant 30 FPS. So, but
I gotta interject.
I'm gonna let you finish, but Beyonce has the best video of all time. Or I guess NVIDIA has the best video cards of all time.
Hell, you die in that order in Mr. Garrison's voice. As I was saying, here's the thing. You asked this question, doable for Linux gaming. Well, would you ask if a HD 4650 is doable for Windows gaming? Because I decided to look it up. And look at that truckload of nope.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
354. What did your card score, Pedro?
553.
Now, my little 560 Ti's managed a meager 3,508, but pulling out the Master Svang right here with his 680.
I got to pull out my Master Svang, and that's my score on that site was 5,350.
So, yeah, when it comes to this, definitely you might want to look up the term calculator in the dictionary, but continue.
You know what? You added a little definition in the show notes.
Yes, calculator, phonetically spelt, something used for making mathematical calculations, especially in small electronic device with a keyboard and speaking of calculators, go ahead, Pedro.
Okay, but that was my story with my graphics card, and I have one advantage over the 4650 other than the raw benchmark score, which is I'm not stuck with the 13.1 FGLRX drivers because those sucked. So yeah, no, you're probably effed.
I think Jordan, I'm going to pick your brain on this since
All right, sure.
You've been talking about with Linux for a while. The days, I think, are gone of, you think maybe 2005, 2006 were the end of those days, where you could repurpose like a sludgy Windows box and get a nice, snappy Linux box out of it, which you could still do today if all you're doing is...
I was going to say, you could still do that.
But
yeah, certainly the video card requirements have gotten a little higher over time.
Yeah,
Considerably, and with Valve introducing Steam and all those goody games.
That is to be expected.
Yeah,
that's kind of the thing. I mean, you could still pull off that effect with a really thin client, but with gaming, and if you have a calculator, you're kind of stuck with a calculator. And to answer this question, yeah, they even went through it in our favorite Linux subreddit. You can basically, at the end of the day, play some older indie games. And I think that's about it. But before I finish, something we need to take a look at when it comes to, system requirements. Now, this is for Master Sphinx's favorite game of all time. I'm just surprised it wasn't produced by Nicolas Cage. But especially under Steam, I've been noticing this more and more often is system requirements are higher for Linux than Windows. Am I wrong? Am I making stuff up? Am I on the crazy juice, guys?
No, looks so. That's pretty accurate.
Yeah, we're looking at, 1 gig of memory for Windows, 2 gigs for the Linux.
To be fair, that's 2 gigs for Ubuntu. Which I can honestly see because Unity takes 1 for itself.
What are the requirements for a dead operating system?
I don't know. I can run it on high definitions
not officially supported
on my calculator. So
no, but you gotta get that.
Good old TI-83.
Especially when it comes down to GeForce 7800 series, 8600 series. Because let's be honest. While, Linus did this, graphics drivers, even on NVIDIA, are still absolute rubbish.
Yeah, after Linus did that, I think NVIDIA did a bit of this too.
Now, admittedly, they've gotten a bit better with Optimus and their native support for Optimus without people needing Bumblebee for everything. But unfortunately, Linus has still to flip the bird to AMD. So here, let me. Fuck you, AMD.
Screen grab that, ladies and gents. But go ahead.
That's I was just gonna say that's our new front page image.
Giant
Portuguese
screen.
rage.
Portuguese rage. No, this is something we're going to pull up last minute. You remember last week, as I furiously scroll down, we had a teeny contest. Do you remember that, J-Man?
Oh, yeah.
What was it?
We had a little contest.
Yeah.
Some giveaways for some big and tiny or something like that.
Yeah, tiny and big grandpa's leftover. If you could name what this was. The interface, we actually had 3 chances to win it, man. Name the manufacturer, name the interface, and name the capacity. Now, this is a tape drive that was pulled out of a functioning, and you'll get a kick out of this Master Sphinx AIX box.
Ooh, yeah. Nifty.
It was nice and green when I yanked it out. But we give you a chance.
I think you can get some cream to clear that up.
And apparently only the oldest of old farts that could tell me to get off their lawn nailed it in secession, whatever that word is.
Succession.
Yeah, stupid English. Interface is right, SCSI is right, IBM, boom, Heist, you're right, FreeJack, DDS tape drive. Well, Guess what, guys? Send me a private message, because I know you're watching the show. That's how you knew about the contest. And we'll send you a Steam key for Tiny and Big, Grandpa's Leftover, and play with all that Linuxy goodness. That's what...
You two can carve up mountains with lasers.
Next week, we're throwing out 2 keys for Left 4 Dead 2. So you want to stick around for that. Yeah.
We've had those kicking around for a while, haven't we?
Yeah, we picked up quite a few, but...
Gotta blow the dust off them.
Sprinkle them out slowly to make you beg for more. Beg for more.
Yes.
Can I have more, Pop? No! That's a bad child.
That's a bad audience. Bad
Sega!
audience. No Left 4 Dead for you.
So...
That's what you get for peeing on the rug. It really tied the room together.
You know the worst part about peeing on rugs, Jordan?
What's the worst part about peeing on rugs, Vin?
They leave an odor.
Yes, but not quite the odor that I think you're thinking of.
No, that would be more of a dead horse odor, but what would we be doing with a dead horse, Pedro?
I forgot my whacking stick.
You don't need whacking sticks.
Today we learn you have a detachable
boots.
penis, but we're talking about our Steam Linux update of the week. And boom. Check this out. Metal.
Metal.
Jack Black featuring Jack Black, starring in Jack Black the Game Jack Black. Also known as Brütal Legend, produced by Double Fine, is now available on the Linuxes. What do you think about it, J-Man?
I think it's pretty cool. Plus, I think when this episode drops, you're still gonna have some time to grab a Steam key for this from a Humble Bundle that we'll get to a bit later.
Indeed.
But yeah, you know what? I've wanted to play this game for a while. I never got it for one of my consoles, so now it's on Linux. Hooray.
I was happy about that. There is one little note. It is multiplayer, but we'll get into that during the review, which is also coming up. Like OSs will only be able to, dry hump
play
other.
With each other.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
that kind of sucks. See, I don't get why that's necessary.
Oh, they go into detail. They explain it all. And to be honest, I'm calling bullshit on that one because Valve's been doing it for, their games, and you can actually play with people on Windows while you're on Linux. So I'm going to call bullshit.
Yeah.
Either or, it is available. Check that out at store.steampowered.com. Good to see that's working, and seriously, good on you, Double Fine. Same day that the Humble drop that we're going to talk about later, less than 6 hours available for download.
Oh, yeah.
Solid.
It's good to see it's good to see a big name like Tim Schafer supporting Linux gaming, because the exposure does nothing but help us. So
hey, Mr. Schafer keeps doing right by me. I'm keep giving him some money.
Actually, I'm going to a place where there are going to be some Double Fine folks tomorrow, so I might.
That's Magnum, my 2 favorite crackers, but good news, everyone.
Good news, everyone.
This went from myth to rumor to legend to SVN.
Vaporware.
Actually still uses SVN. Wow.
Some people still use Subversion.
What are we talking about?
We call those people unenlightened and just use Git like the rest of humanity.
It could be CVS. It could be worse.
Oh.
We're talking about Gary's mod. What is that, Pedro?
Gary's mod is, it's pretty much the definition of sandbox with the Source engine, and it's possibly the biggest name in the Source engine games that is still missing from the Steam Linux repository. And
I don't know. I'd say Dota 2 maybe fills that little niche.
It seems to be a big one then.
Yeah, granted, Dota 2 is still missing. I keep forgetting that one also uses the Source engine, but I don't like MOBA, so anyway, quick question though. is this still relevant?
You know, when I read that in the show notes, and that's exactly what you wrote, I had the same thought, and apparently it is. It's still a huge thing. I've never experienced it, but I hear good things. Yeah.
Okay, honestly, I'd rather see the Source Movie Maker be ported natively to Linux than Gary's mod.
As Maddie points out, yeah, I'd like to see Portal 2 myself, Maddie.
Yeah.
J-Man,
Yeah,
any thoughts on
Portal
this?
2.
Are you looking forward to the Gmod, the G-string, the G?
You know what? I've been meaning to give Gary's mod a try. I never really played all that much of it, so...
Well, you got to think about it. It's kind of like Brütal Legend. Now that it's in Linux, you don't really have an excuse not to.
Exactly. It's terrible. It really is. All
makes
all
its
this
own
stuff I have to play now.
gravy at the end of the day. All right. Who wants the big announcement? Who wants it? You or you?
Go ahead,
I
Jordan.
guess you know what? I'll do it. Zomb! Half-Life 3 confirmed. Oh, wait. No, the other one.
What?
Half-Life 2.
All right. I meant to include the Phronix link. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Don't you mean Half-Life 3 available for download immediately?
Oh,
Yep.
yeah. No, but they rounded out the orange box.
And boy, did they, man. They threw
Yeah.
a clown truck at this thing, didn't they?
Half-Life 2,
we got
Episode 1,
Half-Life 2, Episode
2.
1, 2, and Lost Coast.
Yeah.
Yep.
Half-Life 2, all the things definitely on that. Man, you know, when Half-Life 2 came out, what was that, circa 2004-ish? Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
2004.
I was already like Full Metal Stallman when it came to like Linux gaming. Didn't use wine or anything like that, so I missed it. But I had friends, you know, I knew people. And they were like, this
Then you
game's
have
fun.
friends. I don't believe that at all.
Stranger
True.
things have happened.
And basically what it boiled down to is my first experience was this week playing Half-Life 2. Stupidly fun game.
Yes, it is.
It's like, I kept saying, this was made in 2000. This must have melted people's fucking face.
Actually, Ego Raptor put it very nicely. Half-Life 2 is literally a journey from one end of like the world to another, and it feels that way.
And after playing so many cutscene games lately, having something that's just like bam, 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 I was like, I'm tired. It was like, screw you. And it picked up like a 12-inch floppy dildo and smacked you across the face and said, keep going. And I was like, but I want to save. And it hit you again. That was my experience with Half-Life 2. How about you, P-Man? I'm sure you've played it. We're
Yes,
talking
I've
about the
played
game, not the 12. All right. Just
It's still one of the best games I've played for the past 10 years. It's actually number 8 in my top 10 favorite all-time games. And it's a game done right. Okay, we're not reviewing it, but
What's
I'm
number 3?
going to quote a review I had to do of it because it's a game done right.
Pedro,
that-
can I ask you something right quick now?
Shoot.
Didn't you used to review games professionally?
Yes.
Just
But yeah, like I was saying, this actually came from a review I wrote back in the day. And it's a game done right. It conveys story through gameplay. Unlike other games that, you know, here's a cutscene, here's the story. Oh, you know, more plot dump, another cutscene. Half-Life 2.
basically in a movie.
Ew.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're basically in a movie and playing some random shooter in the intermissions. In Half-Life 2, you're playing the story. The story is being conveyed while you play. Hell, for the most part, you don't even hear anyone talk. It's just you making
Go,
the story
go, go,
right
go.
there.
I'd say, you know, being the first time playing it in 2013, I clearly see why it was part of the orange box, because there are parts where I was like, that's just a bit too puzzly.
They do have some puzzles, yes. And like
There's a whole lot of
in the
dance
chat
monkey
realm is
dance
saying-
scenarios in there.
Yeah.
What did Hyper Eye have to say?
Yeah, he does say, just wait till you get to episode 2. What a way to cap it off. I'm going to have to disagree with that a bit because episode 2 ends in a goddamn cliffhanger, and that's the reason everyone keeps asking for Half-Life 3.
But Pedro, Half-Life 1 is released on Linux, and then Half-Life 2 is released on Linux, and 1 plus 2 is 3.
Boston has 6 letters. 6 divided by 2 is 3.
Just read Phronix for your latest Half-Life updates into the official. While you're at Phronix, download a copy of Portal 2, because they have not correct.
Yeah. But I think that about wraps up our little curb stomping of our dead horse. It doesn't really even look like a dead horse anymore. It looks like a pile of decomposed mush.
That's because you insist on wearing those spiked cleats.
Yeah.
I mean,
golf shoes, man.
They are pretty comfortable.
They're dead sexy on you. Yeah, I'll give you that.
Yeah. You know what, Ben? You look rather fetching in those stilettos yourself.
Damn right I do. But he's right. That wraps it up for our Steam Linux Update of the Week. And up next, the news. Welcome back to the news. Linux news, that is. It's fine, handy, fits on your back, and it's great for a snack. But we only get to do this maybe once every other month. But this month, we get to say it, and that's let's get ready to humble. Actually, total complete double bundle, right? I just failed at that, gentlemen.
You did live,
pretty much
on air.
Yeah, that's just what happened.
LinuxGamecast.com/live. Watch it.
But what do we have, man? I mean, there's no way, unless you're listening to this extremely late and you just found us in the future and you're not completely sick and you've been going through past episodes, we have 9 days left on this humble, dumble fun bundle. Psychonauts, Costume Quest, stacking, pay more than the minimum average, 803 for Brütal Leverage, and if you lose your damn mind...
Brütal Leverage.
Legend. Brütal Leverage.
Reading too many things. 35 quid for Broken
by the time this episode gets out, though, it's probably going to be more than a week. Or, sorry, more like a week.
Well, yeah. Maybe a week, but...
Maybe a week.
And if you're just completely mental, 70 quid for a t-shirt. But this is something I like. Check out our average amount.
Crush.
14.30. Not too far behind the Mac, but our share's not quite what the Mac is. But look at these little Windows user humans at 707. Little broken.
It's half of what Linux users are paying, man.
Yeah. But I guess we should talk about the games too.
So what did you think of the games?
We got some Double Fine games that haven't been thrown up on Linux, and one that has. I was looking forward to Costume Quest and Brütal Legend coming out, so that's good. I
was really happy to see Brütal Legend come out, even though I'd already pre-purchased it when it was on sale a few weeks back, just in anticipation because I was watching the Steam DB.
CDR.
Yeah, CDR or whatever. Yeah. Link in the show notes, gentlemen. But, everything else that came out, not a big surprise. Costume Quest, meh. I played with the stacking.
Stacking is fun. Stacking is the typical Double Fine game. It's humorous. It's got its own quirky je ne sais quoi, let's call it that. And it works. It's got a great atmosphere. Good on them.
I like the little theme and feel of it. I like the story bit. Lots of cutscenes before we actually got it to what was going on. Brütal Legend, had a fun time. We're going to be reviewing that a bit later. Costume Quest, I played about 2 minutes of it. I was like, I don't have time for this.
I haven't tried it yet.
But Psychonauts, I'm sure all of us, am I fair in saying that, already had that from previous Humble Bundles.
And I actually own the PS2 version.
And you might be wondering, where's the cave? Well, unfortunately, the cave is published by Sega, so you. We don't get that in the Humble Bundle. And that's how that boils
Well,
down.
it's already on Steam, so you can buy it if you're so inclined.
Indeed, it goes on sale from time to time, but check that out at humblebundle.com. But Massimoteus, tell us about being open, coming out of the closet, as you will.
And possibly getting your anus probed on your anus by aliens.
freegamer.blogspot.com. Lay it down.
This, well, like Ben said, it comes from Free Gamer, and OpenXCom takes a giant leap. It's one of those projects that they've been following religiously, not only because they're huge fans of the XCOM series, but also because it promised to deliver a fully stable and bug-free engine port released under a free software license.
Those graphics are mind-blowing.
I know,
they're
right?
super realistic.
1993, 4.
Honestly, it makes Half-Life 2 look like amateur hour.
I know, right?
No, no, I completely agree with you. You do need the original art assets for this, but this has went from a fairly incomplete version at 04Z4 to a fully playable enhanced version at Z9, which, that's just neat sauce. I'm not into this. I don't think any of us were, and I wasn't willing to shell out £5 to test it, but it's available for download. You do need the original art assets from XCOM, UFO Defenders, which was released in like 1433, I believe.
Just slightly after the Dark Ages began.
Yeah, pretty much. But that's available.
Sounds about right.
Check it out. We'll have some links in the show notes for that. But this is something me and the J-Man know about.
Crab walks back. Break it down. Whoa. It's Salvation Prophecy, which we've covered before on this show.
Yeah.
And now the Linux port, the official Linux port, because that was the demo, is released. It's on Desura. It's on Steam Greenlight. And Pedro is quite happy that this guy actually gives some love to the ATI drivers.
Why is that?
Yeah, because he's a dev that doesn't, sheep along with the rest of the, AMD drivers on Linux suck, so we won't bother with them. This guy, he supports AMD graphics drivers on his game. Respect. He says so in the post we'll have in the show notes. Where is it? Here it is. Linux comes in lots of flavors, different distros. Right now, I'm only officially supporting NVIDIA and AMD cards with proprietary drivers. Respect.
When you get a look at the game, we're going to interview this gentleman later on.
Hopefully we're going to get him to do the crab walk on camera as well.
That'll be fantastic. This is a one-man project, and this game was produced for $100,000, which is kind of impressive considering
for a 3D game, that's nothing.
And just the epic scale of this game, with the running about. I believe J-Man, you said it was
like a three-way Battlefront sort of thing.
Yeah, Battlefront, Jedi Knights, or something like that, I believe, with some of our original comments.
It's on Desura. This is SalvationProphecy.com.
Check that out. Like I said, it's also available on the Desura, like J-Man said.
And it's up for green light on Steam, so kick that guy a vote.
Yeah, give him a mention on that one.
Yep.
Let's get raw. Rawbots, multiplayer,
Robots,
sandbox. But look, they have no, they don't. They have an absolutely psychotic goal of $300,000 with a nearly complete game. 15 grand, 22 days to go now. I've been wrong. I've said, Story was one of the Kickstarters that said, there's no way that's getting backed. So, I could be proved wrong again. But what is important about this? Free build, just for kicks, for Win, OS X, and Linux. Multiplayer sandbox. I'm still trying to figure out, you build your robots. We'll get to you in a minute, Pedro. But they are available for download on the Kickstarter page. There'll be a link in the show notes, so you can probably just search Robots. You got to type it like that, like 14 W's. in order to pull it up. But the developers, we're not really good at communicating with people and such, but go ahead. You just...
Yeah, so the title of that Kickstarter article you just showed says, free build just for kicks for Windows, OS X, and Linux. Okay, so you scroll down to the bottom of the page. What do you see? Linux, 64-bit.
And I just sit here and I laugh at you guys.
Seriously, where the hell is a 32-bit? How do you want to take my money if you don't let me test the game?
But Pedro, this is 2013. What are we still doing? Running 32-bit.
I don't know, then you tell me.
You tell us, Captain 64.
It makes no sense. I love my extra registers. I love my more than 4 gigs of RAM per process. The days of 64-bit being a pain in the ass are, in my opinion, pretty much over. I run 64-bit exclusively, and I haven't run into any issues. So,
well, I kind of go with the we'll get back into this later. The second the Steam distro is released, and I hope it's 64-bit, done. Rebuilding the entire capture system and everything, it's going to be 64-bit. Piece of cake. But this is just a stupid mistake. There's a reason that Valve chose to release a 32-bit client, because guess what? My first 64-bit processor, I was an AMD late 2003, early 2004.
Athlon X64.
Yeah.
Gather around, children. It's story time. Papa Ven's gonna tell us yarn.
And I put a copy. It might have been Fedora Core 2, maybe 3. It probably was 2. Installed, everything worked, but I immediately realized, even way back when Flash was non-existent and a lot of apps didn't work, and I couldn't get them to compile either, because I'm really big on compiling things. Fast forward 2013, we're in a system now to where if you release a 32-bit app, chances are anybody, Steam has proved this, with Arch, Debian, and Ubuntu, Funduntu, dead operating system, even Fedora, you can get it up and running on 64, but it doesn't work the other way around. I think
Pedro, and if you're going to release a free demo for people to test, release something that will probably work everywhere, like 32 bits.
And if it doesn't work,
you know what? Where's my S390X support? Where's my PowerPC?
It's on Yellow Dog Linux, man.
Yep.
Dead. Anything else?
It was a joke, but no.
Yeah, I don't think so. 8-bit goodness this week comes in the form of 8-bit Commando. The way I like to wear my clothes. Yeah, there's a bit of a demo here. You can buy it for $6.25. And let's check it out for what it is. It doesn't go over the top.
It's a Contra-like sort of thing. You're running around, you gun.
Yeah,
it's a hybridization.
You fight evil
Contra.
Saddam, Hitler, over there.
But it's a hybrid between Contra and what was that called? Metal Slug.
Slug.
Yeah, that's kind of what it is.
Well, I had the Neo Geo cartridge system, and I played the piss out of Metal Slug because it was one of the 3 games I owned, because I think they were 200 and something pounds a piece.
Yep.
So I didn't get a lot of them as a child. It kind of sucked. But no, for what it is, it's fun. I had a fun time playing it. It reminds me like a SNES version of Contra. But here's what I really like. You launch the game, and it's available as a demo. Boom, right there. You don't have to pay anything. Just get the demo. Give it a go. Controller support. Worked out of the box. Didn't configure anything. I just picked up the Adamantium Logitech Precision. Worked. How about you, J-Man?
I didn't try it with controller support, but it played fine on keyboard and mouse.
Anyway, how about you, Pedro?
This thing, PS2 DualShock with the USB converter out of the box. Well done.
Yay.
Good on you guys. Pick that up at 2dengine.com /
Links in the
no
show
underwear
notes.
or commando, however you want to go about it. Definitely.
So then, I guess next up is a story related to your people.
Well, you got to go there, Jew.
I don't know, you gigantic Nazi bastard. Why don't we return to your homeland of Wolfenstein?
Wolfenstein.
See what I did there?
Yeah, I did. I just tried to ignore it like most things you say, but unfortunately, you are correct. rtcwcoop.com, version 095. It's out, and this is
we did a players of this a while ago.
We did. We had fun with it. It was one of our first. It's almost cringe-inducing to go back and listen to like our audio quality from our earlier days, where Pedro's on a room mic and you're on some busted headset.
Yep.
So it was fantastic. But this is a mod to the original Castle Wolfenstein. It allows you to play cooperatively, and it was fun. Wouldn't you say, Jordan?
Oh yeah.
And I mean, we were playing
when the levels were working.
Yeah.
But this posits to fix a bunch of stuff.
What does it let you do? Basically, just run around.
Well, they fixed some call vote next maps. They called some chair. They fixed some chair pickups. They have a whole laundry list of things. Some crashes, some memory allocations. But that's on Windows.
Yeah.
They added banning and temp
things.
banning.
Yeah.
They added respawn guns. Global ATCOM command for player sections.
What? Finally, our long national nightmare is over. That has been added. But no, this is really fun. Check that out. If you go to LinuxGamecast.com, just click on the
rtcwcoop.com.
and you can see the three of us playing the video, which should be like the main video you guys have on that site. As J-Man just said, RTC.
I think we should do a part 3 on this.
Yeah, I just hope they, remodel some of the sexy leather-clad German Nazi women.
Ilsa she-bitch of the SS.
Yeah.
Yes, the female division.
Nothing is like, hey, check her out. Dude.
Man, I don't know how much armor they were cramming under those leather catsuits, but those Nazi she-bitches could take a lot of bullets.
Yeah,
Yep.
they curb stomped us pretty thoroughly, and trust me, there's 2 parts of us playing that. Check it out at LinuxGamecast.com. Look at the little players in the categories section. You'll find it. It's not difficult. But that's going to wrap it up. But we're about to get into the new
review system. we're gonna throw some additional chairs into this nightmare machine of ours.
From now on, it is now known as the Nightmare Machine. But we're going to be throwing those chairs, and that does it for the news. Yeah, that's right. You wanted us to review games. Well, we're really going to review games this time. That's right, it's Linux Gamecast. Lawn chairs of reviews, and you've been asking, why only 3 chairs? 1 chair with the no, 2 chairs with 3 with shut up and take our monies. We listen to you. We're not impervious.
Now, and you'll get, for the same price, you get 4 chairs.
Well, we have a new chair explanation. Check it out. What is it, J-Man?
So, we got 1 chair, which is still our bottom. No
way, no, sir. Do not
we got a 2-tier level now. That's not sure if want. So, it's sort of a midway between nope and shut up and take our money. Then we gotta check it out, which is sort of the upper end of that middle gray area. And then we have 4 chairs, which of course means I'm throwing my money at the screen. Why isn't anything happening yet?
That's basically it. And the reason we have done this is, as J-Man was pointing out, It was an entirely brutal system. We're even rounded down. We're still rounding down on averages. And even Pedro said, we have to end a lot of these reviews and with an asteroid, or, whatever.
Asteroid.
That was her name, wasn't it? I need some red Twizzlers. Yes. This is an attempt to fix that. And by fix it, I mean we're just going to full metal review a game. And this week,
Brütal Legend.
Generals gathered and the masses. What
Just
is
like
Jack
witches
Black.
at black masses. Oh, man.
Yeah.
But,
Oh, Lord, yeah.
Of course, what Brütal Legend of... Well, there's one thing we love. Well, there are two things we love at Linux Gamecast, and that's Linux games and heavy metal. So,
Oh, yeah.
This is basically trying to get all the chairs just by being released on Linux. This is like somebody made a game for us and said, I dare you to have a bad time.
well, let's put it through the ringer and see what happens.
Well, I guess that's something we're going to have to do. Who released this game, J-Man? Tell them about it.
This is Double Fine, and published by EA, I think, or was that?
Let's see here. Okay.
No, Double Fine.
Yeah.
Just Double Fine?
Straight up Double Fine
Yep.
production.
Straight up Double Fine. Well, there you go.
Released in English,
right out of
Master,
Tim Schafer's brain organ.
French, Italian, and Portuguese.
Portuguese translations for games. Funny.
Well, just put L in front of things. It's fine. It's like, translating something for Australia. What's the big deal? You just got to flip everything upside. It's a joke.
Yeah.
Get it. Shut up.
But yeah,
So,
Brutal
No,
Legend.
Just try to explain what's going on here. You basically play Jack Black as Jack Black in Jack Black, the
Land.
show. We got Lemmy, we got Ozzy, Lita
Yeah,
Ford. It's just
No Dio.
All right, let's just stop this right now and get it out of your system.
Okay. For those of you who are following the development of the game, Ronnie James Dio was slated to play a character in Brütal Legend, and they replaced him with Ozzy, which, in my opinion, is a horrible mistake because Dio was an infinitely better frontman to Black Sabbath than Ozzy
Email
ever
can
was.
be sent to Jordan at LinuxGamecast.com.
Send your hate mail to show@linuxgamecast.com. I will fight you.
Now, admittedly, Ozzy has his charisma, his personality. It fits his character perfectly.
Here's the thing, though. You basically play as a roadie, and
The
It's an
ultimate
action-adventure game that
well,
marries
that's
visceral
kind of
action
how it's
combat with
sold.
open-world freedom.
so let's start out with, we have these things called categories. Yeah, that's right. We got 4 of them. First one, makes with the working. We're about to address that. Second one, shiny in sounds. How does it look? What does it sound like? Third, controls. How does it play? Now, Jordan might argue, and I'm sure he will, that that's a subjective category. We just think he's full of sushi. But
not anymore.
this is true if you're watching the live stream, unfortunately
If
for you.
you're watching the live stream, you saw that entire debacle.
Yeah, it was fantastic. And what I like to call our only subjective category, fun, question
Fun?
mark. Fun? Could it possibly be?
What
Fun?
is this concept of fun?
Well, how about we start with makes with working. Now we have 1 of 4 chairs, 1 chair being 4 chairs being good, and we're going to take that, average it out through each of these categories, and give you a grand chair to throw in a general direction of a game. Now, with makes with working, I'm giving this 3 chairs out of a possible 4, mainly because, well, actually it's 2 things. What I like to call the Double Fine herky jerk. Every release of Double Fine has a considerable, noticeable amount of herky jerkness. It's like, why are you freezing up? Then you realize every single title ships with V, sync, Shatner, ... on, and vsync under Linux.
Did you just say the word? Did you just have an ellipses connect the word ... You're a horrible person, Vin.
Yes, I know. But that is something that happens with every single title, starting with the Cave and from everything from the Humble Bundle. Don't ship with vsync on. Vsync is rubbish. So I'm going to ding it. 1 chair. And bam, check it out. 3 chairs for me with makes with a working. But J-Man, I think you have a difference of opinion.
You know what? It worked fine for me. I saw a bit of the herky jerk at the beginning, but that seemed to sort itself out as well. Actually, after I exited and re-entered the game, but it worked. It worked out of the box. It's Steam. I think we've run into one infamous little Steam game that does not run out of the box.
You have adorable fingernails. They're so tiny.
But it works fine. It works out of the box, so I'm gonna give it 4 chairs.
Boom. Mark this in your calendar. This is our first 4-chair period anything. P-Man?
Well, for me, it worked out of the box. It's Steam. It's double fine. I didn't really notice any of the jerkiness, but then again, I have VSync defaulting to disabled at all times in the AMD control center. So, 4 chairs for me.
Oh, now you guys are just messing. I give you an extra chair, and it's like right in my face. The first thing.
Well, then, as one of your progenitors say, give them a pinky and they'll take the whole hand.
Not touching that with a stick. So that's going to bring our average for makes with a working 3 chairs.
3 chairs.
3 chairs. Yeah. Not bad, but let's go ahead and screech on to shiny sounds, man. I mean, look at this. This is a beautiful... I mean, it's not crazy, but I love the art style.
It looks like a heavy metal album.
I mean, within 10 minutes, I wanted to have a beer and have a smoke. Because...
I'm gonna quote Yahtzee on this one and say that the ambiance, the environment, it resembles a mashup of Megadeth albums. You know, the cover art.
Except less Jesus.
Well, let's just go ahead and talk about how it works with the Shining Sounds. I thought it was fantastic. It looked great. It sounded great, and there's nothing wrong with getting into a car than having Sabbath blasted at you, along with these other numerous expensive. I have no idea how much they had to pay in licensing for this. That's why I didn't do a capture of it, because it would immediately get taken down. But man, loved it. And let's just be honest, as a former band member and a pseudo roadie, I'm Vin Good 2 thing, Vin Good lift heavy thing, Vin Good embedded assembly. That's pretty much basically Vin. I'm very
heavy lifting and embedded assembly.
Very simple man is good, no?
He's good, comrade. So, Vin, how many chairs? Gotta
give it 4. Right there with the shiny sounds. But that brings us to you, J-Man.
You know what? The game is a AAA title from a couple years back, so it still looks pretty good. And I mean, it's an all-metal soundtrack. How can I complain? 4 chairs.
Was it just the soundtrack that sold you on that?
You know what I liked as I was driving along. You can see the cool little mountains and jagged crap coming out of the horizon. It really does get the ambiance, and I think a lot of it comes from the fact that the people who made this game actually do really love heavy metal. So they were able to capture the sort of look and feel very well.
I'm absolutely with you. You got to admit, the game hooked me with just that opening scene with fixing the guitar and
metal is dead.
Metal is dead. Yes. And I was like, I love that. And if you go back and look at my G Plus and my Twitter post, all that fun stuff, I was like, this is stupid good. I had to pause it, and I was like, I just need to take a break from this. This is too good. And turned out it kind of was, but we'll get into that in just a moment.
Yeah,
because we need to hear about
now
P-Man.
for the P-Man. Throw some chairs, buddy.
All right. For once, like I said earlier, I did not expect any experience any of the VSync issues, and this game doesn't discriminate against certain types of metal that some people don't like. And by some people, I mean
Pedro,
these two.
It's fine that you have a terrible taste in music. Just don't talk about it.
Because I like Cradle of Filth and Children of Bottom. That does not.
Wow, you're right. Damn. Go ahead.
Come on. But
no.
That's actually the reason I'm actually giving this game the 4 chairs it deserves, is precisely because it doesn't discriminate against two of my favorite metal bands. So
you're a little girly metal. I get it.
F you, man.
Oh, you're just gonna.
I'm sure you'd really like that, wouldn't you?
Maybe.
Let's just get out of that conversation.
Yeah, total. Average is 4 chairs out of 4. We like how this game looks. We like how this game sounds.
4 out of 4, and that is for the shiny and sounds. Which, man, there's no other way around it. That is what it is.
Yeah.
Looks good, and it sounds awesome. I could have been playing Pong as long as it had that soundtrack to it. Completely sold me. But now we got to get to the curb stomping section. This is controls. Now, we got to check with the judge here. This was clearly constructed for consoles, which I didn't know when I first played it, because I was reading the tutorial, and I was like, so wait, I click 13 times on the left mouse button, hit the middle mouse button twice, then 4 more times on the right mouse button, then both mouse buttons, followed by a middle click to accomplish that. Gotcha. But
now say that 10 times fast.
I tried. There's dead children now. But you would think 4 years after the initial console release, they would have came up with a better control scheme. Like, if I only had like this massive 104 button device in front of me, but you know, it's all lies, and such a device doesn't exist. You can only do it with your wireless gerbil. Fact is fact. 1 chair. That's all you get for controls. I'm sorry, guys. J-Man.
Yeah, for the driving sections were really the worst in terms of controlling for me. It's
Did you have any issues like right when it first started? It took like a good half minute before anything happened. I was like, the druids were like, molesting me, and I was like, move. Then it finally kicked into gear.
No, I didn't really run into that. I just found the driving controls to be incredibly sluggish and a bit non-intuitive.
I don't mean to pause, but Sleep Beef, does that work great with a gamepad under Linux? Go ahead, sorry, J-Man.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to dig out the old Xbox controller, because apparently I didn't actually test it, but apparently it works out of the box with the 360 controller. So I'm gonna give that another whirl. But for now, with the hour and whatnot I played of the game, I'm gonna give it 2 chairs for controls.
because you're saying the controls are a bit jittery, or
they're a bit jittery, they're a bit jerky, but they're usable.
Usable, so basically a meh plus.
Meh plus.
Yeah, not sure if 1. That's what we're giving it on that.
Mm-hmm. P-Man.
Bring it.
As for me, I'm going to reiterate what Vin said, and that UI was clearly meant for consoles, and the lack of proper graphical options and defaulting to VSync, that's not doing it right.
What do you mean? I've never heard of this VSync.
VSync or sync to VBlank, as it's called in the NVIDIA Control Center or whatever it's called.
Well, what's it do? Why is this a problem?
It synchronizes the frame rate to your monitor's refresh rate.
Okay.
Very loosely put. And that doesn't work very well anywhere, especially under Linux, because as good as they are, the graphics drivers are still subpar. So it tends to cause issues. From what I've read, in this game, it causes that the menu is all full of colors and full of tearing.
Colors.
Yeah. But I personally didn't experience anything like that because, like I said, I have the ATI driver set to automatically disable VSync. So, besides that, I did have to spend like 10 minutes trying to make it through that goddamn bridge at the beginning because that car is impossible to drive. So, fair is fair. I'm going to have to give it 1 chair.
For the controls, 1 chair.
Okay.
Now
That'll average out to about beep beep boop boop beep boop.
beep beep. Boom. There we go. 1 chair. We are in agreement with how this thing controls, which is absolute shit. Now, just to be fair, this was a shit port of a console. I mean, the port was good, but they didn't do so much with the braining when it came to adapting it to. This is like what I always think about trying to port the original Unreal Tournament 2004 to the PlayStation 2. It's like, yeah, it's a bad idea.
You're gonna have a bad time. Yeah. But then it's time for the big FU. Did you have fun?
Oh, this is the nasty part. The part I don't even want to do. Because I've said, guys, I love you guys. Double Fine, you're awesome. I want to have you man babies. I mean, you're bringing all this goodness, in spades to Linux. All at one time. Brütal Legend, the little other game, and
Stacking, Costume Quest, The Cave, Psychonauts.
You're just really helping us out, and I rock on with that. But here's the thing. Double Fine, you skull fucked us with this game.
with your giant bony demon dick.
You lied to us. You presented this game as like a slashy, hacky, Jack Black. Oh, let's rock on. And let's just be honest with this. This is a real-time strategy game when it comes down to it. And Pedro's going to get into it in a moment, but we kind of noped out of the game at the same point. Awesome experience up till it actually slams in your brain organ. I was like, wait a minute. Oh. So I'm going to be doing this for a while, which I have, no, irrational hatred towards RTSs. Good ones. This, trying to be too many things. Driving game, /hack, RTS. Fuck all, no, it's not an RTS. You get these mentions. It's like, here's how you control your headbangers. like way early in the game, and by the time you get around that, you're just like, I don't remember how to do any of this. And once you do go back and look it up, the controls, basically, here's your strategy. You collect a lot of fans and attack, and make sure you get in your car with the guns and follow them. That's your strategy. So, for fun, as much as it pains me, because I love you guys and I love the visual style of this game, it had me hooked as a former roadie, as a former band member. One chair. J-Man, as a bass player.
I can't hit this game. I really can't. There is certainly quite a bit wrong with it. I'll be the first to admit it. I'm not, unlike Ven, I was aware of the RTS elements before I played the game, just because I played this on console. But I mean, the atmosphere is great. The soundtrack is great. I have fun playing with it. You drive around, have some Sabbath playing in the background, have 3 inches of blood, run over some wildlife. I mean, I had fun. So I'm not quite 4 chairs worth of fun, but definitely a solid 3.
Yeah, opinions are opinions, man.
Opinions are opinions, especially when yours are wrong.
Speaking of nothing like that, let's go ahead and cut to Pedro.
Okay, so like Ven already said, it's an RTS in the guise of a hacky-slashy driving sandbox type thing. And don't get me wrong,
did you like the intro?
Hacky-slashy...
Did you like the music?
Hmm?
Did you like the art style, the music, the intro?
I did! I loved it! It's just... I hate strategy games. I really do. And as fun as the hacky slashy and the driving would be if it wasn't so, impossible, the game in itself reminds me of Road Rash with the crappy driving and Age of Empires 2 with the how do you turn this on cheat. You know, that one that spawned the car?
No idea.
Okay. Age of Empires 2 was probably the only...
Nerd. Pedro, you need to learn how to dodge.
Okay. I don't like real-time strategy or turn-based strategy. I really don't. And Age of Empires was actually the only RTS game I moderately tolerated. But unfortunately, Brütal Legend doesn't quite own up to the RTS it's trying to be, and I really can't give it anything else other than one chair.
Pedro, you know what that is?
What?
Brutal.
Ooh. Ven, we need sunglasses.
Yeah.
And the who.
We don't have them. So that's going to bring our total to one chair, but we got to bring down the verdict. Oh well, here it is.
Yeah, got to really brain this one for a second. Deuce. Deuce.
The double deuce like Jordan took during the live stream. You should have saw it on camera.
Oh, yeah.
Now, what does that mean?
So that's a not sure if want.
Not sure
this is a prime example of this. There are good elements in this game. There are bad elements in this game. Does the one outbalance the other? That's more or less a decision you're gonna have to make for yourself. I mean,
I like
from
it.
a personal standpoint, I like the game.
I really enjoyed it up to the point where it was slammed in my face, Horgan, saying, hey, you need to do this RTS aspect of the game, and that's pretty much the rest of the game. And I was like, but it was so cool up to this point. Why did you go and cock it up?
Yeah. And well, that's pretty much the point where I stopped playing. You have that first battle when you get the tutorial on how to build the stage and build the towers for the fans and all that. And then you have to escort the tour bus, and I loathe escort missions. I do. But after you're done escorting the tour bus, oh hey, here's another battle. Yeah, we're gonna go down that road. That's at the point where I stopped playing. I ran around the map doing the side quests. I finished all of them, and I was done. 6 hours of gameplay, and I was done.
So if you're going to get your money's worth out of it, it's kind of up to you. This is definitely something.
Get it on. If you're going to buy it, definitely get it on the Humble Bundle.
Yeah. Pick it up on sale, full price. Yeah. Unless you're into really bad RTSs or just games that have no idea what they want to be and just include everything: driving sims, hack and slash, and all that fun bit. But we are exhausted from throwing the chairs, and that's going to do it for this review. You know we like when you scream back in our direction. We really do. We prefer hate mail over normal mail. You can always check out Chat Realm live. You're not watching this live. You should be. This is how you can get the feedback directly in our face organs. But if you're not doing that, that's okay. Screech over. Check this out. LinuxGamecast.com. You see, cleverly hidden under the contact button. Give us a name. Give us an email. Type the captcha. Do a little bit of arithmetics, maths. Sorry, there will be maths. But that way, you can tell us what you think.
Or you can just email us, show@linuxgamecast.com. That works too.
I like my way better.
Less spam bots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But coming up, our first little bit of feedback. I'll just let you read their story.
Then, would you please stop making... Sorry, then this is from Goobab. This is off our YouTube page.
How are you doing, microphone?
Or no. It was actually Reddit.
Yeah,
it says,
this one was on Reddit.
Ben, would you please stop making love to the microphone all the time and be more natural for a change, please? You sound great, but constant movie trailer voice acting is annoying. Even more so where instead of breathtaking cinematography, all I see is a guy licking his microphone with a loving look in his eyes. Now, Goobab, here's something you have to understand. This is how Ven talks normally.
Yep.
I've literally been working with this guy for almost a year now. This is what he's like. This is his candor. This is his cadence. This is how he communicates with other puny humans.
I've only been here 2 months, and
It's
on those few
like
occasions that
Bobcat
Ben actually called me outside the show, he sounds like that. That's not acting. That's him.
Yeah, that's just how he talks. Like, imagine if Shatner actually did Shatner full time. That would be what Ven is doing.
Yep.
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. I sound like this.
That really hurt my throat.
Oh, no.
Check this out, Goobab. Imagine a world where you know fuck all about audio engineering. Because that's a world you clearly have never seen. Yeah, we hammered up in the beginning of the show, but that's about it. Now, you look at my mic here. Bad camera position, but this has been a long-going joke long before the show started, way back when. Look at Jordan's mic.
Yeah, look at that. It's the exact same one.
Same difference. Now, yours has a little bit more technology in it, but I'm going to show you a magic trick.
Mine's USB. Yours is XLR.
And yours has a little bit more audio.
Correct.
Yeah. But do you know what happens when I go off mic and I just talk regularly over here? How's this working out, guys? You can see me just fine, right? I sound just the same, right? Probably not, because these are not
Directional
dynamic.
microphones.
Well, they're corduroy, but they're not dynamic mics. They are condenser mics. You have to tune rooms. You have to tune the mic. Less than 2 feet away from me, I have a screaming 8-core box, everything on 11, because we're recording, we're rendering, and all that other fun stuff that you're seeing with a live stream all at one time. But you can't hear that, but you can hear me. Why? Because I have the gain turned down to naught. Now, Jordan...
Actually, can you hear the wind blowing outside my room?
Speak off your mic for a minute.
I was just gonna say, like, it's really loud. I can hear it. It's actually drowning out the noise in my headphones, and yet there's at least on
how many
my
days
end,
did
the
we
instruments are
spend getting
recording
your
it.
audio levels?
But anyways,
right?
I'll talk away from the microphone like this.
What?
And then you can hear a damn word I'm saying.
No. Keep going. You sound better that way. I can see your face perfectly. You're not making happy love sex. No, but you see, Jordan actually has a point that these microphones are highly directional because guess what? We're not using bullshit little microphones.
Well, this guy is.
Now let me explain what a dynamic microphone is. They're really good at echo cancellation, incredibly cheap. That's what you have for a headset. Gobab, if that is your real name, and I'm sure that's the type of headset that you have to scream the word faggot for 12 hours a day in front of Call of Duty Black Ops on your Xbox 360. That's not how we play things at Linux Gamecast Weekly. But, each to their own. Big pop filter. We need pop filters. Pedro, you remember when we got Jordan that pop filter? How much better that's out?
So much better.
And even
So much better.
Can you tell the difference from the last 2 weeks? From now that he's started to put stuff in the echoey room, it's
Acoustics,
It sounds a lot better today.
absolutely 300%. But we do appreciate your feedback, Bob.
Goobab.
And you really like me making love to you with my twitchy eyes.
I'm sure that's his problem. It's not that you're making love to the mic.
No, his problem is your problem, man. Your problem.
Unfortunately, the direction I gave for Ven on our opening sketch for this episode was I fucked the camera, and unfortunately, he didn't do it all the way as much as I wanted him to, but he still got that.
You can't have me, man. I'm taken. See with these eyes.
Make love to your woman.
So,
But next up is from Terry Welsh, our favorite ex-NASA employee.
yeah, it's kind of weird going from, we do love the hate mail. We like non-constructive criticism, with people who know fuck all about audio engineering, even though we're doing this all into Linux, and we're all tied down, and it sounds incredibly good. But just in stark comparison, yeah, the other guy who really likes listening to our show, the ex-NASA employee, turned game developer.
Why are people of that caliber of intelligence listening to our crap? That's
Blackmail.
I know, right?
Blackmail. Plain and simple. Have no illusions, guys. I got things on Terry that he doesn't want revealed. But no, what does he say, Pedro?
He says, "Hey guys, just wanted to let you know I did a demo update today. Here are the details." And then he sends us on a link to his website, www.reallyslick.com, and Retro Booster demo has been updated to version 065.
A link in the show notes. Lots of bug fixes.
Some bugs fixed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Multiplayer, all that.
Rare crashing bug only saw once about every 3 months during development. Those are the fun bugs.
And added visual and audio feedback from score multipliers. So, you see, this is how you know the guy. It's like, I don't even know what that means, Terry, but I'm sure it adds to the game. At the end of the day.
He's attentive to detail. That's good.
No, it's pretty awesome. Definitely check that out. ReallySlick.com. He's having a go at being a game developer, and you can get the demo, man.
Apparently, he's in the chat realm.
So, yeah.
Is he? Magumbo?
Either or. We don't judge him. We love him. He's our boy. He's Terry. Check it
Terry.
out. You know, kick in some cash if you like the game. I'm sure there's a full version around the corner or currently available. But you know what time it is, Master Sphinx?
It's time to cue the music.
Well, are you sure it is?
Am I sure?
I'm just fucking with you. Cue the music!
But yes, so going back to linuxgamecast.com/podcast, you can check us out. We got our RSS feeds there. We got our affiliate links. We got our donate buttons. You're smart people. You guys are smart people. You can figure it out. We got our little leaderboard there. If you donate $10 a month, you get to go up there and you get to go shame Pedro publicly, which is always fun.
Recurring donations. You know, you better
recurring
get to
donations.
Old friend, I mean, before Linux Gamecast, NC Weber threw in, he's doing about True Video a month, has a DeviantArt page, and he sent me a note. He's like, I thought about this long and hard, and I'm like, I'm sure you did. But no, definitely check him out, ncweber.deviantart.com. He's got a bunch of cool
actually
stuff.
Pretty good.
Yeah, he's got a bunch of fun stuff on there that you might dig, you may not. But as the Seaman was saying,
as I were saying, we got our leaderboard. If you donate any amount of money to us, you get a plug on that thing, so that's pretty nice. Yeah, what else? We got our YouTube page, youtube.com/LinuxGamecast. Check out all our old videos, watch our old podcasts, subject yourself to that awfulness. We got our favorite uglified subreddit, Linux_gaming. And
underscore.
We got a couple Gentoo posts up at the beginning, and we also got Game-A-Who, which will be coming soon this month.
seriously,
Tuesday?
Yeah, well,
Tuesday-ish with a brand spanking new episode.
It's kind of terrifying me that people are downloading this and we do no promotion of this outside.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, like we're catering to the very narrow demographic that is Linux game playing Doctor Who and Game of Thrones fans.
Aficionados, and they let us on iTunes.
Yep.
Show you those standards.
Yeah. We're still looking at a way to capture Peter Dinklage and have him on the show.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
would be
type
fun.
of cap. All right.
Yes.
Fair enough.
Capture.
All right.
To serve man. But I think that'll about wrap it up.
That is going to wrap us up. Check us out on LinuxGamecast.com.
yeah.
Also, look at some of the latest news, reviews, how-tos, all that, with the podcast, with the forums. Contest winners were announced this week. They're going to be in the show notes. Best way to get a hold of me is send me a private message in the forum. I'll give you those wet, stinky keys.
One more time. That's Dick Thomas, Heiss, and Free Jack.
Boom goes the Jordanite. But
speaking of burning and exploding, you can cyberstalk me at the Burning Fool or on Twitter or plus Jordan Svung on Google Plus. What about these two clowns?
Well, you know,
Well, people can find yours truly here at Unaccounted For on Twitter or plus Pithermatos on Google Plus.
And, well, here I am with no lower thirds. It's terrifying, petrifying, and
Live.
there they go. Vinstone. You can find me on the Twitter nets at Vinstone plus Vinstone on G+. As the J and the P-Man have said, if you want to get a hold to us, click that contact button on LinuxGamecast.com. We love your hate mail. More than
We hate your
else.
love mail.
Giggity. On top of that, send us a note at show@linuxgamecast.com. If you're on YouTube and you're watching us there, click that subscribe button. That helps us out. You know, times are tough.
And you know what? Tell the people. Scream it from the rooftops.
But don't spam. Spam's bad.
Don't spam.
Yep.
Spam
Is bad.
Spammity spam. Spammity spam.
Screw it, wave at the lovely people.